All right. Mic check. Oh, it's a table in the way. Uh, Cam check. What up, y'all? I gotta actually start shaving. I don't think I like shaved since the launch of the expansion. I think it's about that time. I feel like I'm backed up on like a bunch of different things that I really need to take care of. Thank you, thank you. I gotta get my bot to work on YouTube. So like I can do like links and stuff for like YouTube. I guess I can just put everything in the description, right? I can just like just copy and paste a bunch of stuff in the description for the YouTube stream. All right. Brownlee, what's going on? Is this to build suspense? No, no. Usually it's to make sure that I check vitals. For me, my connection is usually pretty unstable. So like a lot of times it kind of gives me an idea of how to adjust the bandwidth and stuff like that for a stable stream for the stream itself, among some other things. But usually streamers sometimes really do use it as like a, I'm gonna actually stream when there are people in the stream, right? Like some people don't want to stream where it's like they set the stream and there's only like 3 people here, kind of thing. They kind of want to wait. Almost like the movies, like you go to movies, theaters, whatever, and there's always like previews or whatever. Obviously in that case scenario, they're just kind of showing ads or whatever, before it starts. But like the movie never actually starts right at the time. It's like that's when the previews start, and then the actual movie starts like 15-20 minutes later or whatever. I don't know, Weekend Ben, I was really tired yesterday, man. I was like, man, I want to stream, but, and I just kept saying that. And then I realized that I'm like, yeah, I'm probably just, my body is just not going to allow me to. So instead of not streaming tonight, I decided to not stream last night. So, however, with that being said, I did make like one adjustment this weekend. I actually am back using regular gloves now. So that's kind of nice. I like the consistency of the regular gloves. They start really good last night. Oh yeah, well yeah, we have the daylight savings time thing, right? The fallback. Speaking of which, what do you guys think about the new pre-stream thing? I was like, cool. It's hard. It's hard to top the cars. That was pretty cool. I think you guys can't hear me there. Really? So when I go to pre-stream, you guys can't hear me. I'm back now. Okay. All right. So sorry. What I was saying is on the pre-stream. Um, weird. Okay. So I was saying like on the pre-stream, basically, I think I might add gameplay on like the monitor. So you guys can, like, it won't be like, you know, like the actual gameplay from the previous stream. That'd be hard to do that every time, but like just have like a clip or something of me doing stuff on the monitor so you guys can watch something on the monitor. But yeah, she's a 3D artist who wanted to do something for me for free. And generally speaking, as an artist, I don't like anyone doing anything for free because I'm a musician and it's like that, you know, just doing stuff for exposure. Like I get it, I 100% get it, but it's like you still need to get something for your work. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, she created that on her own, like literally, like without any like direction or anything. She's like, yeah, let me come up with something for you, whatever. And it like looks really good. Like it looks really good. I love the way that she did the whole dioxide with a little chill thing on the O. I might see if I can get her to do like a PNG of that or something for me, so I can kind of use that as like a banner for different places like Twitter, X, Reddit, and all the other stuff like that, Discord, because like that looks really, really cool. Like that would look really, really cool as like a banner-ish type sort of thing. So, but anyway, that's what's up with the new pre-stream thing. So, like I said, I think I might do more, but someone says I have a cow with GA trick and I have air. I'm not sure what to use. What build are you playing? Pretty much with any build, honestly, you really probably should be doing cow. Heartseeker. Yeah, I would do cow. Only time I would do like air is if you're like doing torment bossing or something, like back to back to back to back. Like, you know, if you're doing like the plan says air. I know. I'm kind of waiting for the mid-season update to kind of like make changes, like little changes like that. I do think for most content, for the content most people are doing, I think cow makes more sense. If you're doing like pushing type thing and you don't want to fish a ton, air makes more sense. Kurt, you says, I just realized your name is Dioxide. Unreal. Like, what do you mean? Like my real name or just like my gamer tag name? Doing pit 110. Or can't I do pit 90? Yep. That is Spiritborn. Joseph, what's happening? Okay, let's do some stuffs. As in, I need to rearrange my Paragon board again. Not rearrange it, but like change out one thing. We'll just get rid of this board. Yeah. If there's anything going off based off of some rumors for the mid-season patch, it's like all classes are gonna get some changes. Mostly buffs from what I gather. Outside of Spiritborn, of course. I don't think Spiritborn really needs any buffs. Well, I lied actually. I'm pretty sure there are some things on Spiritborn that are underperforming from what they would want, not like based on like bug builds or whatever, bug setups or whatever. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are some buffs for underutilized Spiritborn stuff that isn't bugged. Keyword isn't bugged. Big keyword. But in order for that to really take effect, like, you know, the big Spiritborn bugs will have to get nerfed get fixed. Sorry, not nerfed, get fixed, so that the underperforming, not bug Spiritborn builds can like feel like they're doing something. J-Rock said, did I get more damage with air for this build you're doing? No. Definitely Callus. Anything like so Callus Nameless is technically the best helm on the road general, period. Like almost no contest. It's more of a contest when you're not doing a precision build, but it's still like best in slot for. But it just depends on like how many masterworks you've done on your trick attacks on the Kyle Nimbus. But on the precision build, it is absolutely best in slot. There is nothing that comes close. Like nothing that comes close. So yeah. Get down with the PP. Get down. Get down with the PP. Get down with the PP. PP. We lost body. So air for precision type? No. Cow. Okay. So cow, so trick attacks is busted. Okay. Trick attacks is straight busted. As in like it scales with the self. And then it double dips with precision builds. This is why no other helm comes even close on precision builds. Like it's like not even like it's not even the same ballpark. However, on non-precision builds like Victimize and stuff like that, air kind of does make sense sometimes. However, at the end of the day, a good Cowl of the Nameless, like a good Masterwork Cowl of the Nameless, will still be better than the air prediction, even on non-precision builds. The problem, the reason why I tend to not recommend Cowl on Maxroll, for those who are wondering, is when it comes to bossing, how do I want to do this? Yes, this is fine. When it comes to when it comes to pushing, or because people tend to like to see how far their build can go in the pit or whatever. So when it comes to pushing, Cowl the Nameless is one of the most frustrating helms to push with, because you will absolutely annihilate a boss if the boss has minions. But the moment that the boss don't have minions, you do like no damage. You do very little damage, single target. So Rapid Fire and Rain of Arrows suffer this fate, but they have to use Cowl because of the double dipping with the trick attacks and the precision. So they can't really, so those builds can't really use air perdition for a more consistent damage. They have to use Cowl. Whereas like other builds that isn't precision based can sort of go with air perdition, which is a little less damage, but at least your boss damage is more consistent. And you're not relying on, you know, on minion bosses or whatever to get any sort of kills. That's the difference. So on Maxroll, I'll leave it at air so people aren't complaining, hey, I try to do a, you know, pit 90 on my Heartseeker and I couldn't kill the boss. Or I can't kill bosses. Like no one tell me which boss it is. They just tell me I can't kill pit boss. And then I asked them, I said, was it a boss with minions? And they will say, well, I don't know. And I hate the fact that it's that way, but it is that way. Like people, like, it's part of why I hate, well, pit pushing to begin with. But yeah, like unfortunately, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's just normal. You know, if you don't get the right boss, you're just not going to clear. But it's especially finicky on Cowl the Nameless. Like I said, you'll destroy with Cowl the Nameless easily, if it's a boss with minions. It's kind of the opposite if it's a boss without minions. So air with dancing knives make more sense if you're not pushing. And even then, I would probably say if you have a, you know, +6 or +7 trick attack Cowls, I would probably say go ahead and use it. My people will be fine. Won't push too far into pits. I get that, but the thing is that it's just that I get so many comments about people, even on Random Barrels, trying to. They say, "Oh, Random Barrels is great, but I can't kill a boss. You know, this build is bad on bosses." They dismissed the entire build because they tried to go a little higher than probably they should have, and then they got Mother's Judgment, and then like literally made a technically a judgment based on that finding, and it's like, oh, this build is bad on bosses. Like, no, it's technically it's not. It's actually great, but against boss with minions. I don't blame the player for not understanding that, like truly understanding that, like how that actually works. Because, you know, the game is, you know, what the game is. But yeah, it's just kind of annoying because I can't really it's just pit pushing in a nutshell. I'm just gonna say that much. So, but anyways, yeah. But that's just roguing at the moment. Um, I feel like I'm missing like one or two more dex nodes here. Shouldn't be 190. It should be. Or I guess maybe no. I guess no. It should be a little more than that, right? Or maybe I did cap it. Yeah. I'll find it later. I'll be like, I know I missed something. Power, intel. Well, I guess it is what it is right there. Okay. I've got to push for hours is crazy. I change it up after a few hours. Watching the push last few days has been fun. I learned so much. There's a lot of things that are not working properly in the pits. Just get the pits are not scaling after a certain level. Apparently, there's a cap on how many enemies you can hit when you gather. I'm assuming it's to stabilize the servers, but they didn't tell, you know, people, which is really shady. There's a lot of problems. I know. I don't really talk positively about the pits, but like, the more you find out, or the more crap that happens, or the more things that you know you come across, it's like, oh man, this is bad. It's primarily is just pretty much as to the reasoning why I think pits is just it's just a horrible metric. Even Blizzard themselves don't seem to really too much care about the integrity of pits, you know, for people to even like, you know, push with. They seem to not care, which is why I'm just like, man, like, if you don't care, why should I? Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm way over cap now. 180, 190. Okay, yeah, I'm way over cap. So let's just throw a skull there. And bam. At this point, though, I don't even think I even need the whatchamacallit. Let me see what my other pants look like. I just said I was gonna do an invigorating build, right? Invigorating strike build. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for some gear-ish. Also a +3 to core skills glove. So I think I might actually experiment with the double core skill thing. I guess you know what? I think I'm at the threshold where I can actually get rid of right here. Like if I truly wanted to, if I want to stress it, just get rid of right here is like all resistance thing and then go a different path or a different mercenary. Cause I'm still relying on them for that for easy cap. There's nothing going on here. Let's get some free boss kills. I'm out of opals. Of course I am. I'd rather do Infernal Horde. Yo, me too, man. I'm telling you, man, if Infernal Hordes, if there was like, if I can use Infernal Hordes as a goal, you know, kind of like the metric or that, bro, I'd be so much happier doing that. Like so much happier. Because that's one metric that actually makes sense. And while it has bugs, it has a little less bugs than pits than pits do at the moment. I'd be totally fine with that. Not only that, but the XP would be good still. Like XP and pit isn't like pushing pit XP is actually kind of bad. You know, at least in Inferno Hordes, like it'll still be like decent because you're still killing a bunch of crap. So it won't. So your pushing won't feel like a complete waste of time if you don't, you know, progress. So yeah, I'd be like I said, I'd be all down for that, man. All down for that. Anyways, I've already made my feelings known about that already. Y'all already know what I think. Are you gonna hold a metric for hordes? Oh, have you not been here? A couple of times I had, you know, if I could do it my way type of hordes for competitive. No? Okay. So here's what I would do. So I would get rid of boons. Boons are no longer a thing. Okay. Well, let me phrase this. You have two modes for Inferno Hordes. You have the regular mode, which has boons, and then you have the ladder pit or ladder Inferno Hordes. Okay. So the ladder Inferno Hordes won't have boons at all, but it'll just be waves. Okay. So you have, you know, waves all the way to infinite. There is no such thing as a cap of waves. It's just you have wave. But every wave it gets harder. But get this though. Every hypothetical, like say, let me finish Kurt Brains. It's not exactly arena. Okay. Let me actually finish what I'm saying. So let's say, and you can adjust this, but let's say on wave 5, you add a new challenge. So now you start adding things that you would get from boons, right? So like, let's say wave 5, now Hellborn starts to spawn. And from wave 5 on, Hellborns will always spawn. Wave 10, we get Aether Lords. Now, Aether Lords always spawn. Wave 15, we get Hellfire. So now Hellfire is basically spawning all over the arena. Wave 20, the Butcher spawns. So now keep in mind, all these things stack. They don't just go away. So it's not like once wave 10 hits, we get Aether Lords and no more Hellborns. No, you actually have to deal with Hellborns and Aether Lords. And then wave 15, Hellborns, Aether Lords, and Hellfire. Wave 20, Hellborn, Aether Lords, Hellfire, and Butcher. So what this does is that when you look at the leaderboard, the ladder leaderboard, you start to see milestones that people have reached. So like wave 19 is like easier than wave 20, like much easier, because there's a new element that you have to fight in wave 20 that you don't have to in wave 19. So when you see people like hit those milestones, 5, 10, 15, and 20, you're like, oh, okay, this guy made it all the way up to this part and got the new thing. And so so what this does is, one, it adds new challenges as you go higher. It's not just more health in your waves. You have to deal with new situation. Like you got to deal with new situations or whatever, right? And so basically we will have much like Echoing Nightmares in Diablo 3, we'll have an overwhelm meter. Okay, once that overwhelm meter hits, meaning basically if you're not killing fast enough, that overwhelm meter will hit overwhelm and you fail that wave, and then that's the end of your run. That's it. So whatever wave you failed on is the highest wave the way that you failed on, the previous wave is your highest wave clear. That gets put on the leaderboard at that point. So it's no longer a time trial. It's basically which wave did you end up completing at that point. And like I said, I mean, you can adjust it to go higher and higher, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and you add new things to the mix. But I'll say this. So what this does is you're forced to play it. How do you pit both wave 19 clears? When you got overwhelmed, I guess. That's actually a good question, actually. It's actually a really good question. It might just be like how long did you last before you got overwhelmed on that wave or whatever. Well, no, actually, no, I don't know, because then that'll be kind of time attack again, somewhat. I actually wonder. I mean, I guess you could still do it by score system, where it depends on how many things you killed in the previous wave and how fast. But I don't know. But that's a good point, though. Actually, that's one caveat I actually didn't think about. But you get what I'm saying, though. What this does is that you're forced to play every wave. You can't fish a wave. So like every time you attempt, you have to try, because you don't know. You just don't know what you're gonna go against. So your build has to sit there and be capable of clearing single target, because the single target obviously is going to have more health, right? And then it's going to equate to more progress on the overwhelm thing, right? So obviously you have to be good at killing single target, but you also got to be decent at AoE, because obviously you want to kill a lot of small stuff, so you can also not get overwhelmed. So you can't just have a pure AoE build and think you're going to be fine, or a pure single target build and think you're going to be fine. So now you got to figure out how to deal with multiple situations with one build, right? Instead of like creating a specific build that only works on a very specific scenario in a pit, like we did in Diablo 3. We did that same thing in Diablo 3 as well. You know what I mean? So like that, I think, would be a considerably better metric, because it actually gets harder. It's not just more health and more incoming damage. Like it actually gets harder because more elements are thrown at you. but they're thrown at you in at certain milestones. It makes you feel good because, like, let's say, you've been stuck at wave 19 forever. You clear wave 19, you hit wave 20. It's a brand new challenge. You feel great because it's like, wow, I figured out how to do that. Now wave 20, you know it's gonna be hard because it's Butcher. So now you gotta think, okay, my game plan has worked all the way up to this point. What's my new game plan now that Butcher is always in the mix? So now you gotta figure that out. So like stuff like that, I think it makes for considerably more exciting gameplay, and even to watch. Like even watching someone doing it would be way more exciting than watching someone play piss right now. If it's random, how does that stop fishing? Isn't fishing the practice of restarting once you get the level of boss you want? Because each 5 waves, so each 5 waves will be static. So like every time you hit wave 5, you're gonna get Hellborns. Every time you hit wave 10, you're gonna get Aetherlords. You can't fish and get a different scenario. Now in terms of waves 1 through 4, it's just gonna be minions and elites just coming at you. Like in the current Inferno Horse. If you fish, you don't get any benefit out of it. Like what benefit will you get out of trying to clear a, you see what I'm saying? Like there isn't really any benefits to trying to fish for an Infernal Horse because wave 1 might be terrible, but wave 2 might be godlike for you. Wave 3 might be average. Wave 4 might be, okay. So like if you fish because on wave 1 you got snakes, when you could have killed snakes anyways, what did you gain from fishing? Nothing. Because you would have cleared that anyways, because it's not about the time. It's just about getting to the next wave. See what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it will get rid of all fishing. I'm just saying fishing would be much more discouraged naturally because there isn't much of a reason to do it. Whereas right now, there is a ton of reason to do it in the pit. Again, not perfect. As Peach kind of like poked a hole in like part of what I was saying. I think some of you guys are just saying, oh, well, you can do this and do that instead, which is also a pretty good idea. But I think that that's a considerably better metric of being able to like test someone's gear and ability to manipulate said area and in a sense. And like you might have to come up with some strategies. You might have to like bring things to the corner. Like maybe your build doesn't have a lot of AoE, so you have to kind of like maybe bring something to the corner so therefore they can spawn to you or whatever. But if you can live, because obviously if you die, that's, you're getting the overwhelm meter is still stacking up. So that's still a risk that you take. But or let's say, Hellfire is spawning at like what, 15, wave 15 or something like that. Those things stack. So you can't stay in one corner and kind of cheese it. So like that's what I mean. That's my idea. Again, not saying it's perfect at all. I don't think that there is a perfect way of doing a competitive metric in an action RPG. There are always going to be problems or issues. But I do think that that's a considerably better way of approaching that. So, yo, can you ping me when Piss Shot is viable? I can't go back to Rogue after playing Spiritborn. But I mean, but what do you mean Pin Shot being viable though? Like you still wouldn't play Rogue anyway, right? Because Pin Shot wouldn't be as strong as Spiritborn. So like, how does that work? You said you can't play Rogue after playing Spiritborn, so you're not going to be able to play Rogue until Spiritborn gets nerfed, whether Pin Shot is viable or not. Because viable for Rogue is, can it clear pit 100? So who was that? Things humans do appreciate the sub. Okay, let me go ahead and get this quick whisper real quick. To the physical rapid fire Paragon boards. Well, yeah, except for cunning stratagem. Doesn't do anything for it. But I'll get around to it, Joseph Reese. I saw your comment before, but like, bruh, I was dead tired yesterday and like just didn't stream at all. Usually tonight is my night off. Like, you know, Sunday nights are my night off, but just I didn't stream yesterday because I was legit trying to catch up on sleep. I chose to stream today, and I still didn't get a couple of things I had to get done. Okay, let's go here. Do you know Special K did both verses in the song, the male and the female? Like, did he write? Okay, so you're saying he wrote both verses, right? But did he like rap both verses? Is what I'm saying. He performed both, really? Okay, yeah. I actually did not know that. I can hear it now though a little bit in the voice or whatever. Now that you said it, but I would have never like picked up on it had you not said anything. So I'm not that one yet. Thinking about taking cheap shot board instead. I think it was. All right. So good boards for what you're trying to do is this. I guess you could say. I guess you could do that. So, trick attacks, exploit weakness, no witness. Salvage bounty, no witness, exploit. Oh, deadly ambush. You have to take deadly ambush. You don't have a choice. If you're not using the ultimate, you definitely should. If you're doing a spam build, no witness is legit the biggest buff you're gonna be able to get. Period. Like by far. I'll don't go anywhere, Joseph. I'll do a planner for you like on stream at some point. But you're gonna want to go preparation though. Unless you went combo point route. Did you go combo point route? Which I don't think you did, because you didn't take cunning stratagem. So I know you didn't go combo points. Yeah, but yeah, you definitely need to. If you're not gonna do combo points, you're gonna want to use an ultimate and go no witness. It's just way too much damage to not take. Way too much. The only reason why you don't see no witness on like rapid fire board is because it's combo points and you can't spam ultimate enough for no witness to be worth it without like losing a rune in the process. Maybe Death Trap. Honestly, I would just take Shadow Clone. Like use like keep dash, take Shadow Clone for the unstoppable, and that's it. So you don't have to worry about like getting CC'd or whatever. Oh, I stepped outside the thing. With third life glasses on. Yeah, but yeah. I like the Shadow Clone for that purpose. And people are gonna think, oh, he found a way to make Shadow Clone viable. I'm like, nope. Shadow Clone itself is still sucks. But in this case scenario, the almost perma unstoppable you'll have, it will be kind of nice. Will feel good. Okay, so that's 60. I'm trying to think of a quick thing. I guess pit is quick. And I got the glasses on, so we'll do pit. Callow, what's going on? Collapses? Is that how I say it? You ready to do PvP and pit the Andor? Actually, to be honest with you, I don't know if I even have the mats. I think my mats are in my storage, and I was just too lazy to go to storage to get my mats versus doing Endorial. That's all. That's all it was. Dead end. But yeah, Peach, I'm back to regular gloves now. I'm finding that I'm able to like actually stagger actually pretty effectively without the Fist of Fate. Yeah, I should be able to get under 2-minute 90s now, I think. Not 2 minutes, sorry. Under 3-minute 90s. Oh, Marauder. Okay, never mind. Or maybe, I don't know. Yeah, this is with regular gloves. Okay, no. Still right under 3 minutes, yeah. Literally 2 minutes and 59 seconds. The glasses love it. Yeah, someone redeemed. Play with that like glasses. That's a cool emote. Yeah. Now my gloves aren't that great though. Like my gloves are only just kind of okay, which is why I actually stuck with Fist of Fate for a bit. But Actually, I don't even really need the freeze chance. I only have how many lucky hit chance CC rolls I got? Only one. That's the thing, and that's just a chance to freeze, and that's it. I actually was trying to think about maybe I should change one of these to like a daze or something, or quicker daze or stun or whatever, but I don't know. I keep changing my pants so much that I just don't really want to mess with that and like break it. Why have you stopped at 90 on your glyphs? Because those are glyphs I'm not wearing. Like I'm just leveling glyphs for the sake of leveling glyphs because they're just there. Nah, I think for me, Peach, is the fact that the crit damage here is just so important with like trick attacks or whatever. That even though Fist of Fate is like an average of 50% more unconditional damage per se, versus the Retribution, which is conditional damage. That crit damage in general, just having that, just like massive. Are you keeping combat glyph for energy, right? You keep a combat glyph because you're playing a precision build, which is crit damage. So combat glyph is what now? Crit damage, right? It scales off of precision, which is crit damage. So combat is your most important glyph, period, on precision. How did I get the stagger up Paragon reward? Honestly, no. I legit didn't really change anything. I just put on the regular gloves, and apparently I was getting more stagger than I thought. So I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, like everything in terms of the skill tree and everything should be exactly how it is on like Maxroll. What I probably could do is probably do some more lucky hit on Alchemist Fortune or whatever. But I mean that's really it. That's the only thing I can think of. Like if I want to try to optimize just a little bit more lucky hit, but my thing is just where would that come from though? Like where would I be able to get like 3 points to invest in that without taking something else that's important? I guess I don't really need this. I guess I could do this. No, actually I do need this because well, no. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. I do. Oh, it caps out, actually. No, it doesn't cap out. Let me rephrase that. No, it doesn't cap out. No. I'm thinking about that differently. Can I run without innovation ranks? Probably not. I don't know if I'll be awake when you do it. Can you post a precision barrage planar or something? I've been there for 2 days, literally. Yeah. Yeah. So like, I am gonna get around to it. I think a lot of things right now is that like I wasn't expecting to come across anything new right now. So like I end up trying to go back to do more real life things because I guess people forget that I'm not a full-time content creator. So it's not like I get off stream and I do more content creator stuff. Like I get off stream, I go to bed, then I go to work because you know the real job, and you know then there's the wife, and then the other life that you do this. So it's not like I'm like constantly making videos or you know that kind of thing or prepping for content. So because I thought it was going to be slowing down for me, I was like, okay, I guess back to doing some of the other responsibilities that not that I was neglecting, but more so of kind of pushed aside a little bit. So that's why it's just like I haven't immediately just continue to keep dropping what I'm doing just to kind of fit those things, if that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? So like if I'm gonna do it, I have to probably do it like on stream, because like that's when I'll have time to do it. But like outside of stream, like I'm already behind on like 2 different projects as it is, and so it's not that I don't want to do it. It's just stuff like this, the whole dual core thing popped up at a time I didn't think it was going to. Spearborn win, treat myself. I don't know if it'll be a treat though. Like I'll end up being bored of the game if I play Spirit. Like I'll play Spiritborn maybe 2 or 3 days and then legit end up getting bored of the class because there's no resistance at all. You said poison imbuement. You notice wait, how did I get frozen? You take more points into it than the Maxroll planner. What build, Kill Switch? This build? No, I didn't take more points into it. I know why. Because you see the blue thing, don't you? You see 11 out of 5. So on a Maxroll planner, I don't have a GA imbuement skills. So I'm gonna have more ranks into poison imbuement naturally because I have a GA on imbuement, whereas on the planner, I don't. You know, I'm not. You know, I don't suggest you try to get a GA on that. Oh, you mean the enhanced poison imbuement? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I mean, I went here to here, and then I took points here. It's kind of really it. Okay, so I don't have this thing here. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Actually, I don't even know why that's there because I'm not casting poison imbuement. So honestly, I don't really think that should be there. Easy way to save a point. Yeah, that shouldn't be there. Like, there's no reason to have that there. Actually, kind of gonna put some more race into Dark Shroud because, like, I mean, I'm pretty tanky, but man, like, I can be like super tanky with Dark Shroud. Mm. It is shock a lot because everyone's people aren't pit 75s. I'm actually kind of testing a couple of things right now. I think all own builds is between pit 85 to 90. Wall? Oh, 90s. Oh, you said 90s is your wall. Okay, what do I actually want to try to live without right now? How this feels if I just don't have poison aftermath. And then max out my Dark Shroud. But like something is gonna break, but I don't know what. So we're gonna find out. No? Not really. Okay. Nothing broke. Yeah, so I don't really need aftermath or innovation really. Yeah, I don't need either one of them. It appears. I wonder why though. Maybe so. I guess I understand why not having innovation, but I don't understand not having aftermath. Yeah, I guess I didn't need either one of those. Blood Bishop though. Got to Paragon 300. Now the Drew troll can finally begin. Nice. I'm about to bring it into T3 when you get this planning up. You think? Yeah. So apparently I didn't really need either one of these points. That's like 6 points though. Like just literally not needed for anything. Like only have 1 point in the aftermath, 1 point in innovation because of course the whole, you know, shroud. And I just put the other points back into just dark shroud. Literally, that's it. And like nothing changed about the build. That's a lot of points saved. That makes you way more tankier too, though. Especially when Vex pop off, you have +8 ranks to that. Oh, I guess I can make some adjustments to the planner. Make the build even tankier. Do you need ancient swords? Do I have one? What up, J-Matt? You found new weapons and boosts today? Very nice. Just staring at your phone like a zombie and typing. It's all good, man. Let's do this again. Yeah, so I got this to under 3 minutes, C6. Under 3 minute 90s now. No, we're frozen. Yeah. found a way to be able to kill more trash along the way, which is what's making this runs a little quicker. Also, the having the normal glove actually helps too, because my damage isn't sporadic per wave. This is a slow run though. This layout is terrible. Also not a good layout. Frozen. This is bad. This is really bad. This is a terrible run. Oh wait. How did I get that much progress? Can someone clip that real quick? Like my progress meter jumped. Unless I would just have so many random arrows in the back that I just kill so much. No more mobs? Okay, that was really weird. That felt really weird. Okay, so that still was still under 3 minutes. So I felt like that was a bad run. And that still was under 3 minutes. A-wave. Oh, so that was like so weird. Winky face. From your experience, how much gold does it take to roll the passive you want in your neck? I mean, a lot. I would probably set aside maybe 500 million gold. Like, at the minimum. You might get lucky and get what you need before that, but I would set aside at least 500 million gold. As a starter. So like I wouldn't even try rolling passes until you have a good set 500 million and then you have a bit more in the bank after that. Yeah. Passes are so extremely rare on like amulets. You have a theory, but it's probably cope. I'm listening. The game just counts the number of elite packs you kill. I mean, that's not far-fetched, actually. That's actually not a far-fetched hypothesis. Oh, I actually kind of like cow traps on right click. It'll kind of remind me to use it more often, actually. Yeah, if I can kill bosses faster, I totally would just be doing 95s. Actually, speed 100s actually. Like 3 to 4 minute 100s is definitely like possible with this. If it wasn't for the freaking bosses, possibly like 3.5 minute 100s would be possible if the bosses weren't like assholes. Cause I'm like overcasting right now. And dead end, of course. Oh boy. I think I didn't kill enough in the first floor, it seems like. Or something lived in the first floor that shouldn't have. Pretty sure it's probably an elite in the first floor that lived. You're not an elite. Yep. An elite lived on the first floor that shouldn't have. Turns out you should not forget to do the class quest. Yep. There's an increased health mob. Oh, this dude's taking the beating. Let me get some buffs on him. Yo, this dude. That dude is not playing. Yeah, okay, it was this corner. The bottom left corner, bottom right corner. Are you kidding me? Oh man, it's the layout, man. Like I didn't even know there was like a pathway down there. It's just so bad. Oh man. What do tributes do? You use them to be able to spice up the Undercity stuff. Pure ass Undercity. Or like targeted rewards and stuff. It's actually kind of nice. But I'm at a point where like I don't really have a reason to do pure ass unless I have the Harmony tribute for the most part. That's kind of where I am now in the game. All right, we're gonna be ballsy and go for 95, a speed 95. For pip pushing specifically, what's up? Freaking health thing. Ruin my first elite mob. Okay, I want to make sure he did. Okay, I think about 4 casts is enough. Should be enough. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like the least and trash on the way, like feel like it takes just the same, like similar amount of ways as it did in 90. Like honestly, on this build, like the difference between like 90 and 100 is literally the boss. Like on the way there, it feels all, like practically identical. Yeah, try overpower Flurry? No, definitely not. Yeah, like I got the gear to do that kind of stuff. Overpower Flurry requires insane gear that I would never get unless I asked everybody on my stream to gift me a bunch of gear, and then I farm a jillion masterwork and masterwork it perfectly just to be able to play the build correctly. That ain't happening. Not to mention, I don't really too much care for the playstyle. So even if I did, you know, have the gear to do it, I don't think I'd enjoy playing it much. So it's like, it's not one that I'm like looking forward to and be like, I can't wait to do such and such, if that makes sense. Come on. Okay, now I'm getting some ads. Yeah, with the extra ranks in the Dark Shroud, I don't even care about tanking those things. Which is not cool, but I'm out of potions. I did kill the snakes though. Nice. Go, 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 go. Yeah, so like if I play Flurry, it'll probably end up being like regular Flurry. Just because I think I'd find that more fun. I've seen DZ's is Pip. Is it 100 viable? I'm sure regular Flurry can do it. I mean, godlike gear, of course, and lots of fish. I'm sure regular Flurry can get the 100. But viable, you know, obviously just depends on the person, because how willing are you to do what it takes to get it on Flurry? So it won't be one of those things where like you put together in like a day or two with some okay gear and then you go fish for the 100. Like that's probably not gonna happen. But yeah, see, if it wasn't for the bosses, man. There was something strange with RNG in this game. What's up? What'd you notice? Oh, you mean the 9% chance to upgrade glyph failing multiple times in a row? Oh yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that in D3 as well. Babies in, like, there were times where, like, I'd be trying to, upgrade legendary gems or whatever, and I'd run into that same thing. It probably is if you get your glyphs to 100. I've already hit 86 on it. Yeah, but the difference between the 86 and a pit 86 and the pit 100 is like massive in terms of the boss health. You're gonna need more than just getting your glyphs to 100 for that. We're talking about like perfect master, near perfect master workings. GG amulet, of course. In a very good scenario. Did you hear D3? You see the gear for the build? I think it's not that hard to get. Do you have it right now, Yosef? I will tell you this much. Getting the gear, so the gear itself is not necessarily the problem. It's getting the right GAs and the right master workings on said gear is extremely difficult to get. Unlike most builds, like this build right here, I can get away with, you see my master workings right here? Like that's not ideal, but that's okay. I can get away with that, right? Same thing with like here. It's not ideal, but I can get away with that. Here, it's not ideal, I can get away with that. Like right here, definitely not ideal, but I can get away with that. On OP Flurry, you can't do that. Like you must hit your masterworks in the right spot, in the right amount. Otherwise, you're really hurting yourself. So it's not, and you must have the GAs in the right spot. So it's not like, oh well, I have a GA on Dex and not this, so it's okay. Or no, that's not how that works with that. But mainly only on like the uniques or whatever. Like you have to have a GA on the health part of Doombringer, otherwise it just won't work well. Like there's stuff like that. It's way more finicky than you think. Why do you think it's taken this long before overpowered Flurry became a thing? Like this has been theorycraft already before launch. But being able to get the right master workings on like the right pieces is the reason why it's taken this long or so long before we started really seeing OP Flurry do stuff. Why? Because it was really hard to gear for. That's why. are really hard to put together. It's way harder than any other rogue build to get the pieces for. I'll put it that way. Like the amount of like masterworker materials and luck you would need, I can put together 4 different rogue builds before someone puts together a proper overpower flurry build. Yeah, I think, but it's that line of thought though is why I think sometimes people like when people put together a build, it's like, oh, I see the content creator doing, you know, said build. As long as I have the same gears as him, I'll be able to do the same pit as him. It's like, well, that's not the case. Yeah, you got the same gears, but you have the same masterworkers. You have the same, you know, how close are you to the maximum of your affixes or whatever, like. There you are. Hey, where'd the goblin go? I don't think of where else I've already been. Alright, let's go this way. Looks like a lot has changed with this build since I last checked in. When did you check in last? And I would say no. I'm still using the exact same skills. Practically the same Paragon board. Same glyphs. The only indecisive factor I have at the moment is whether I'm going to do regular gloves or Fist of Fate. That's it. And I'm thinking I'm preferring the regular gloves, honestly. That's it. Yeah. I did change my viewing distance though. I am a little closer. I'm back to standard viewing distance because I think the game looks a lot better at this distance, even if I can't see it as far. Brownlee said, definitely struggling with Heartseeker and I followed you guy to a T. So when you say struggling, give me an idea what you mean by struggling. Are you struggling to do T4? Like T4 content in general, or are you struggling to do a certain level of pit? Like, what is the struggle? Let's see. Oh, I gotta turn in. If the stream will let me. Pit 70 T4. I'm typically a well-experienced player, so I was just running pit 90s with rapid fire. So you say you were struggling at pit 70s? It is done. On Heartseeker? Yeah, that totally shouldn't be a thing. How about this? Let's do this real quick. Cause I'm about to pull up a certain thing anyway, so